pregunta que queremos hacerte, Rob, es ¿de dónde nace la idea de hacer este documental? How the idea of this documentary was born?
In the year 2000, discúlpame porque me faltan las palabras para hablar en español inteligente. In the year 2000, Dan Manette contacted me to see if I wanted to work with him on a documentary on Dominican baseball. Many years before that, I had started traveling to the Dominican Republic and wrote a book called The Tropic of Baseball, Baseball in the Dominican Republic. And it was a wonderful opportunity to work with Dan, whose father, Charles Manette, was then the ambassador from the United States to the Dominican Republic, to try to tell a part of this very important story. And back in the 1980s, when I first started going down to the Dominican, Luis and Stanley Javier were the rookies on Águilas.
What means to you to have done this documentary?
It's been one of the best things in my life to get to know the Dominican Republic, and it's been an honor to be able to help tell this story. There's a tradition in the Dominican Republic of Three Kings Day. I remember one January 6th, about 25 years ago, in San Pedro de Macorís, I was across the street from the houses of Joaquin Andújar and Alfredo Griffin on the morning of Reyes, and there were hundreds of children there waiting for Alfredo and Joaquin to give them gifts, and they were not disappointed. And then Alfredo took a carload of gloves and equipment to Consuelo, the Ingenio, where he had grown up. To me, it's not just Joaquin and Alfredo, but it's men like Felipe Alou, Manny Moto, Juan Marechal, who have been giving their gifts back to the Dominican Republic and continue to do so. Something that later generations, particularly Pedro Martinez, is doing today, using what they got out of sport and giving back. I got a lot out of being able to study history and to become a professor. So I guess maybe that's my gift on Reyes.
Are you thinking, we know that the documentary was made based on your book. Do you think you have a second part of the book and a second part of the documentary? Because we have a history to present.
There's a part of the story that we wanted to bring into it, but we weren't able to, which I would love to see told in a documentary form. And that's the story of San Pedro de Macorís. As you well know, there's no city that has ever sent more of its native sons to Major League Baseball than San Pedro. And it's a very complex story, but much of that story has to do with the migration of the people who become known as the Cocolos, the people who come from the other islands to the Dominican Republic to cut sugarcane 100 years ago. They are dark-skinned, English-speaking Protestants in a Spanish-speaking Catholic country. The game they brought with them was cricket, but they played it with great discipline. They were followers of Marcus Garvey, the black nationalist leader, and they saw cricket as a way to hold their culture together. Well, that first generation played cricket, the second generation played cricket and baseball, the third generation was Rico Cardi, Alfredo Griffin, and all the wonderful ball players that have come from Consuelo. That's a story I would love to see told someday.
I don't know si alguna de las personas de la audiencia quisiera hacerle alguna pregunta a Rob antes de que él tenga que abandonarnos. Any questions to Rob before he leaves to the airport? No? Well, thank you very much, Rob.
Yes, no, I have a question.
Yes, you have a
question.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for the beautiful, beautiful work that you did. It's a beautiful job. And my question is, if it's possible that anybody here can get that documentary?
Yes. We never released it commercially, but if you contact Funglore, they can get you my email address and we'll work something out.
Thank you.